Yes. Yes, the dawn in the building. It's all about La Liga this time around. The CLASICO time. The preview. What's going on, people? All right, this is One ISTV. This is how we do it. With vibes, with lyrics. I'm ready. The dawn in the building. One ISTV is the channel. Please, what are you waiting for? If you are joining us for the first time, please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to our channel. I'm here in the studio with this great man. I call him La Liga man. Mark, all the way from Canada. Salif Idiga, right there in our studio. Right there. He's going to talk about La Liga. The game coming up this weekend is going to be a massive game. Look at that great man, Jamal of Barcelona. Is it Vinícius Jr? I see him as the GOAT right now. Forget about it. All right, hold on to me. We're going to look at the preview, the combined 11 as well too. And who is better between those two coaches, massive coaches? I'm telling you, it's going to be a fantastic one. So sit back, relax. Let's do this, Mark. Are you ready for me? Let's do this. Mark, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm ready to do this. It's El Clasico time, and it's that kind of game that makes football. It makes football an interesting sport, and it's a game that all football fans all over the world are looking forward to. So let's talk about it. We're going to have fun on the show today.
All right, if that should be the case, and that being said, right there, Mark, I'm going to start with this. What do you mean by El Clasico? Where is the origin? Where is it? What do you mean by that? Talk to me.
Well, El Clasico is a group that has it's a game that has a long history. It simply means the classic. That is the Spanish meaning of El Clasico, the classic. And it is competitive matches between Real Madrid Football Club based in Madrid, Spain, and Barcelona Football Club based in Barcelona, also in Spain. But, you know, over the years, it started as a kind of rivalry because Madrid and Barcelona are the two biggest cities in Spain. Madrid, of course, is the capital, and Barcelona is the second biggest city, but in a part of Spain known as Catalonia. So every time these teams play, there's a lot of rivalry because the history is not actually sporting; it is political. There was a guy called Francisco Franco. He was the ruler of Spain between 1939, I think, to 1975. So his rule had a lot of impact on what has turned today to become the game we know as El Clasico, because he was a Spanish leader, military leader, and there was a lot of favoritism for Real Madrid. But of course, Barcelona too had their own part of the story to tell. So that was basically what happened. Then in the early 80s, both teams now started having fans that are called ultras. Ultras. So those are fans that are they have fanatical support for a particular club. Some of them have actually turned out to be hooligans. So Madrid have their ultras called Ultras Sur, and Barcelona have their own called Boixos Noise. So so these two, anytime the teams play, they clash a lot. And then before the formation of this Ultras club, there was the saga of the Stefano transfer. You remember the Stefano? It was that Argentine player that was playing in Colombia. He was playing for Millonarios. Barcelona wanted to sign him. Real Madrid wanted to sign him. I think if I get the story properly, Barcelona had already concluded with him to sign. Then Real Madrid came with a better offer. And then he was tempted, you know, as a player from that part of the world to want to play for Real Madrid. So it became an issue that even FIFA was involved. And the solution that was proposed was that, okay, because both of you had spoken to him, what we'll do is that we will alternate the years. He will play for Barcelona this season. Next season, he will play for Real Madrid. Then they will play for Barcelona. Then they get Real Madrid. And Barcelona said, no, that if you are not going to uphold our agreement, you better. So that was how Real Madrid had him, and he went on to be an exceptional player. He's one of their greatest players ever. Yeah, during the mid to late 50s, it was the reason Barcelona. It was the reason Real Madrid dominated the UEFA Champions League. It was European Champions Cup, as they used to call it then. Then coming down to the 90s into this millennium, there was also the Luis Figo transfer. You remember? Luis Figo was played. Barcelona brought him from Sporting. Barcelona brought him from Sporting Lisbon. He was playing, and then this guy, Florentino Perez, he was going to become president, and he wanted a marquee signing. There's actually a Netflix documentary on it for anybody who is interested. He told the whole story of how he went behind the scenes and engineered that move, and Luis Figo became a Real Madrid player, which the Portuguese noise did not like. They didn't really like it. And when he came to play in Barcelona, they threw a pig's head at him, you know. So that has now that cemented that hatred between both clubs, and that is why El Clásico is arguably the biggest club match in the world.
All right, massive one there. Now I got it, El Clásico. Now, Mark, we are going straight into this now. El Clásico, I could say number 1 versus number 2 in the league right now, and we have this at the table. We can see it loud and clear. Let me say 10 games so far. Real Madrid won 7, Barcelona 9. You haven't drawn, just one
loss.
Osasuna. Okay.
Yes.
And wow, you guys have scored. Barcelona have scored so many goals in this league. 33. Jeez.
Yeah. But we have also considered more. We considered
more. And oh my God. Then it's just 3 points between you. So there's no slip up at this moment.
Yes.
Win as many as possible. So what do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, it is interesting. What makes this particular El Clásico interesting is that it is a battle, it is a clash of the titans. You know, Real Madrid are on a 41-match unbeaten run. 41 or 42 now, I think 41. So they started that run last year. After they lost to Atletico Madrid, they have not lost a La Liga match since then. From that time up to now, I think it was January up to now, they have not lost. Barcelona is the team that has the record for the longest unbeaten run in La Liga, April 2017 to May 2018. They won 42. So
that's Messi's time.
That bragging right, Madrid, they are threatening to take it away from Barcelona. So it is only Barcelona that can dent it. You know, it's only Barcelona that can dent it. So
that'll be a great game. Wow.
Yeah, this isn't the only competitive game. The competitive game that Real Madrid have lost is against Lille, which they lost 1-0 in the UEFA Champions League. And they are coming with great form. You know, they are the defending champions of the UEFA Champions League. And they reminded us that on Tuesday, when they were playing at home, and they were down 2-0 to Borussia Dortmund, who were the finalists in the last final in May, you know, and Real Madrid came back and they scored 5 second-half goals to turn the game on its head. Barcelona, interestingly, also played a German giant at home, Bayern Munich, and they have not won since 2015. They have not beaten Bayern Munich, and this time with Flick ball, they were able to surprise everyone. It was shaky at first, but they got a goal in the first minute, and Raphinha, on his 100th appearance for Barcelona, he scored his second hat-trick of the season. You know, so they both are in wonderful form. Now, the thing about it is that Real Madrid are playing at home. They are very difficult to beat, especially at home. Barcelona is leading, and they are also in exceptional form. So both teams are in great form coming into the match after the emphatic wins in the UEFA Champions League during the week. Now, Real Madrid know that if they don't win this game, if they allow Barcelona to win the game, then Barcelona will create a 6-point gap at the top, which they don't want. It will make their job difficult. So the best thing is to beat Barcelona. They will not be open for a draw. They want to beat Barcelona so that both teams will be level. And then from there, we can now see what they do in other leagues in other places until they play each other again at maybe the Camp Nou, if that is ready later in the season. I think in April next year. So they have a lot to do. The onus is on Real Madrid to win this match so that they are level at the top. They cannot let Barcelona get away from it. It is a chance. If there is a draw at the end of the day, it pays Barcelona because the other 3 points is maintained, and they will not have to deal with Real Madrid again for several months until they play again. So Real Madrid will have their work cut out for them, playing at home against a Barcelona side that is ahead of them at the top of the table, and they have the repertoire of players to do it. They have Bellingham, who was a marquee signing last season, and he did exceptionally well. He also had a great Euros. He got to the final. Mbappé, arguably the best player in the world right now, the best forward. So he is now with Real Madrid, and he has 6 goals already. But his opposite number, Lewandowski, who is 36 years old, has 12. He has 12 goals. So when we look at the one versus one, we'll see that each team is well stocked in all the right departments, and it is going to make for an exciting match to watch.
All right. That being said, Mark, I'm looking forward for this to this game, to be precise. I'm telling you, it's going to be a massive game, no doubt about it. It's on Saturday, right? Yes.
On Saturday, at 12 p.m. Canada time. I think 3 p.m. your time, And for Nigerians, it's going to be 9 p.m.
All right. Remember those times when we were talking about a Clásico? I could also remember the time of, CR7 and Messi.
Yes.
Do you still have that aura at the moment for a Clásico game? That time is always on point. Everybody's out there. We're ready. Everywhere is changing.
Yeah.
This one for Messi side, this one Ronaldo is. But do we still have that aura anymore?
At the moment, I would say no. I would say no, because Real Madrid have Mbappé, but Barcelona do not have the exact kind of player that could match Mbappé, on that same pedestal. You could say Yamal, but Yamal is too young. Mbappé, I think, is 25, 26, and Yamal is only 17. So they are both like a generation apart. So the only person that could have matched that, if Barcelona could have afforded it, is Erling Haaland. Yeah. And actually, I read that Laporta wants to buy Haaland as a marquee signing before his presidential term is out. The only thing is, Haaland says he wants to be a Real Madrid in the near future. So that deal is not looking likely, and his buyout clause in 2027 is in excess of $150 million. So Barcelona don't have that money right now. So it's not looking likely at all. It's not looking likely.
All right, guys, please smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Mark all the way from Canada studio of ISTV. All right, moving on to this, we are going to do this combined 11. This is going to be a massive one. I'm going to throw this to the floor. The combined 11 for this Clásico. No Ronaldo, no Messi at this moment. But we can talk about these two people, Vinícius Jr. and also Yamal. I think they have to be in this combined 11, both of them.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, let's do this, Mark. Are you ready? Now, let's talk about the goalkeeper. What do you think?
Okay, so the goalkeeper, Andre Lunin, is going to start and goal because we hear that Thibaut Courtois has an adductor injury, so he's ruled out of the game. So we are looking at Andre Lunin and Iñaki Peña. Iñaki Peña is the second goalkeeper for Barcelona, and he's there because Marc-Andre ter Stegen is out of the season with an injury as well. So it's like two second choice goalkeepers are now going to man the post in this match. I will give it to Lunin for the fact that he has. The reason is because he has more experience. Last season he played in the UEFA Champions League for so long, and he was only benched because, he did very well, and it was only benched because Thibaut came at the last moment, and he also had an injury, so we were told in the press. So he has more experience, even though as a backup goalkeeper, he is not at the level of Courtois or ter Stegen, but he's good enough to man the post, and he has experience over Iñaki Peña in competitive matches. So I'll give it to Lunin.
Go to Real Madrid.
Lunin,
All right, on the left back.
Okay, on the left back, we are looking at Mendy and Valde. We are talking about players that are likely to play now. So, Fernand Mendy, Valde was injured for most of last season. He didn't play from the, I think after the first few months, he got injured and he was out. Mendy too was injured. He had some disciplinary issues, but I think that I'll give it to Mendy, also based on his level of experience. Balde is still young. I mean, he's 2021, so we can't match him with Mendy right now for the level of experience.
Mark,
so,
what's the Meggio? 2-0.
Yes, 2-0. 2-0.
All right, on the right back, what do you think?
Right
this
back,
guy is not playing.
Yeah, we are looking at Lucas Vazquez.
Is not playing.
And Carvajal is not playing. He's injured. Yeah. So we are looking at Lucas Vazquez and Jules Koundé. I'll give it to Koundé for what he's been doing, how he links up very well with it. Fantastic. Last season it was taken, but this season he has been doing very well. So I'll give that to Koundé. So it's 2-1.
It's 2-1 now. All right, those 5 and 6. The back.
5 and 6. So we are talking about Militao versus Kubasi. And then Rudiger versus Inigo Martinez. For the Rudiger Inigo Martinez, I'll give it to Rudiger because Rudiger is not only a good central defender, a great central defender coming from Chelsea. He also scores goals, which is where Inigo is lacking. Inigo relies on the Barcelona forwards to do more of the scoring because that's what they do. So he's also a good. Yeah, he scored recently too, but not as much as Rudiger. So I'll give that to Rudiger. So it's now 3-1. Then 3-1. For the Militao Kubasi, so finally, I'll give it to Kubasi because this guy is a revelation. Last season, I like it. In 17, if you saw the Bayern match, he was everywhere. There was one cross that came from the left wing that he intercepted that would have been a second goal for Harry Kane. He intercepted it, and he is so fearless. Even at his young age, he's getting into the tackles, making the tackles, linking up with the midfield, and sometimes he goes forward to try and get a goal. What a wonderful kid he has been. I'll give it to Kubasi.
So that means going to be 3-2. All right, going to the midfield because we are looking at 4-3-3. The combination now. In the midfield.
Yeah, in the midfield. For the players that are likely to play, we are looking at Modric versus Casado, Tchouaméni versus Pedri, Valverde versus Olmo. Let's start with the Valverde versus Olmo. This is so difficult for me. Valverde is a massive midfielder. He can score. He has thunderous shots. Yes, that's what I love about him. You can rely on him for goals, actually, even though he's not a forward. Yeah. Olmo too is a decent goal scorer, is a great signing for Barcelona. Until yesterday, when he played his fourth match, he played 3 games and he scored in all the 3 games before he got injured and he's now coming back. But for the level that Valverde is before Olmo went on injury, I'll give it to Valverde. So that makes it 4-2. Then we'll talk about Tchouaméni, Pedri. For me, easily Pedri.
Pedri ninja.
Pedri has.
Yay!
I call him Andres Iniesta reincarnate. He's so composed on the ball. He doesn't rush. He gets out of tight spaces. He's just like Iniesta. So I'll give that to Pedri. Tchouaméni is good, but Pedri. So 4-3.
4-3 there. And look at
Modric and Casado. Modric does not have age on his side, but he's not showing any sign of that. He's doing a human job day in, day out at 38. It's wonderful what this guy is doing. Casado too is also like Kubasi. He's tackling very well. He's the closest thing we have had to Sergio Busquets, even though they don't play the same style. He is more the rugged and raw type. Busquets was finesse and clinical. He wasn't dirty. So I'll give it to Modric based on that gap in generational talent and the experience that Modric had. So I'll make that 5-3.
5-3. All right. Now we are looking at the 3 forwards now.
The forward. So let's look at the right wing.
The right wing.
I will not say he's much of a winger, but for the players that are able to make this match, we are looking at Yamal versus Bellingham. This is difficult. Bellingham has been wonderful, and Yamal is the
superstar.
He's the star boy. What do I do here? How do I stay neutral? This is difficult. Well, for the fact that Bellingham is just returning from injury and he has not offered a lot more, I'll just give that Yamal that edge. You saw the 2 assists he made against Bayern Munich. Quite clinical. That he found Raphinha
Awesome.
at the right moment.
At the right-
So, it's difficult to believe that he's 17 years old with what he's doing. He's just like Messi. And I think that Messi visiting him when he was a baby and touching him, he actually passed on something. He actually passed on something. I'll just give that L to Yamal. So that is 5-4.
5-4.
Mbappé, Lewandowski.
Forget. I know the answer.
What's the answer?
I'm going to go for Lewandowski. That guy is consistent now.
He's consistent. On present form, I think I'll give it to Lewandowski because Mbappé is new to this team and he is new to the system. Yes, he's the good goal scorer, but he's now playing Lewandowski at a time that Lewandowski has twice as many goals. He had 6 goals in the league. Lewandowski has 12. And Lewandowski is far older. He's 25. Lewandowski is 36. That is more than 10 years. So I will give it to Lewandowski based on the fact that at this present moment is in better goal scoring form, and he even scored yesterday. I don't think Mbappé scored in the 5-2 win against Dortmund. He didn't.
No.
So people are even now asking the question: Did Madrid really needed Mbappé at all? But I think yes, they do, because it's going to be important in the latter part of the season. But for that, I'll give it to Mbappé, which makes it 5-5.
5-5.
So the
last one.
That is when we now say Vinícius and Raphinha. This is so funny because both are in hot form. Both are Brazilians and both are doing very well. Raphinha is coming into this game on the back of his hat-trick against Bayern Munich in the UEFA Champions League. It's not a mean feat. And Vinícius, look at what he did against Borussia Dortmund. And the game in, game out, he has been, producing wonders. Even in the last league match against Celta Vigo, he scored the winner. So, but because he is in contention for the Ballon d'Or, he has achieved the kind of status that Raphinha is still trying to meet. So on that basis, I'll give it to Vinícius Jr. So it's fine.
Vinícius Jr. Talk to me. It's 6-5. Yes. Wow. It's going to be a massive love. Please, if you are watching this, drop your comment. Do you agree with Mark? I'm going to send you this address. If you... All right. 6-5 there. They combine 11 so far, so good. And that's massive. That's going to be a massive one. Please drop your comment if you agree with Mark or if you disagree with Mark. Let us have your comment. Predictions. What do you think about this prediction?
The prediction, I actually have two voices telling me different things. One voice is telling me it's going to be a draw because both teams are evenly matched. Another voice is telling me that it's just going to be a slim win for Barcelona. Slim win, like 2-1 or 3-2. Yeah. Or 1-0. Or even though I don't think 1-0 will happen because Real Madrid will score.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So a win for Barcelona, but it's going to be a slim win.
Just slim win.
All right. Before we wrap up the show, do I need to ask this question? Who is better among these two managers? Do I need to ask?
They are not in the same generation, and Ancelotti has a track record that Flick has not met yet, but he is also in a league of his own. We want to remember that Flick is the only manager other than Pep Guardiola who has won a treble, continental treble. Remember,
yes,
with Bayern Munich. So. And then I think he has won it. Yeah, he has. He and Guardiola has one record. I think they won Tupo. Yeah, that's the record. They are. Remember 2009, Guardiola won 6 trophies. Yeah, yes. Then he also won 6, but I think his own spilled into another year. So they have that record. He has that going for him. He did quite well when he was with the German national team, and he was also exceptional when he was with Bayern Munich. But Ancelotti is an AC Milan great. He has played for the club, won important trophies, won the UEFA Champions League then in the early 90s. He played with the likes of Maldini and Rossi and Costa Curta, and he's excellent man. And he has been everywhere. He went to Everton, he went to Asia. He's been with Real Madrid for so long. He has won Champions League. So if you look at them side by side, it's easy to see why Ancelotti is on a higher pedestal than Flick. So that goes for us a lot.
All right, Mark, this is how far we can go. Let's leave it to the viewers to drop their comment. What do they feel about this? All right, Mark, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining us on this one. Massive love, bro. Take it easy.
Thank you very much.
All right, this is how far we can go. People, smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace out. Bye for now.